today is Professor David Caroli,
Excuse me,
who is a renowned climate scientist. He was the lead author of the United Nations International Panel on Climate Change, assessment report on climate change, which means his email account is probably being hacked into right now by Nick Minchin or some other climate skeptic. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Mark, and it's a great pleasure to be here and also to see so many people. I was asked 5 minutes ago why there were fewer people here now than there were at the Walk Against Warming in 2007, and I think that now we have to make a reassessment. There are more people here now because you have stepped out and shown your interest in solving climate change problems. I'm a climate scientist, as Mark has said. There are many hundreds and thousands of climate scientists around the world who have assessed the state of the science. We know that global warming is happening around the world. We know that most of that warming is due to the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. We know that that warming will increase over the coming century, and we know that that warming will have mainly adverse impacts on the climate system. We also know